Hi everyone, we are just past the middle of season 2, having watched episode 5 and waiting for episode 6. There has been some speculation among book readers about who is going to be a Darkfriend in the show, so I thought to make a short video with my predictions and hopes. Before we go on, I want to stress that this video contains spoilers, so if you have not read all the books, please leave now as you do not want to be spoiled. The initial observation I wanted to make is that it is not very interesting or realistic if all the nice or at least sympathetic characters walk in the light and all the unlikable or antagonistic characters turn out to be Darkfriends. Conversely, it is not so interesting if the only reason someone is a villain is because they are sworn to the shadow. After all, we have all met unpleasant people in real life. It does not mean they are Darkfriends. Likewise, if someone is a Darkfriend, it does not necessarily mean they have no redeemable qualities. So overall, likable people can be Darkfriends or walk in the light, and unpleasant or even hateful people need not be Darkfriends. Also, the show may want to surprise us, as they did with Dana, who is not a character that exists in the books. She also seemed perfectly likable, so I think most people were surprised by the reveal. Generally, book readers are on the lookout for characters we know from the books are Darkfriends, and we expect those, and only those that are Darkfriends in the books, to also be Darkfriends in the show. Dana was a pleasant surprise. Similarly, the show can theoretically surprise us in the opposite way, by having a character that is a Darkfriend in the books not be a Darkfriend in the show. Let's see what Darkfriends we have met so far. We have been introduced to and have had it confirmed that they are Darkfriends for the Forsaken Ishamael and Lanfear, as well as Lady Suroth and Liandrin. We have also met Ingtar, Verin and Joya, who are Darkfriends in the books, and from what we have seen so far I expect them to also be Darkfriends in the show. Then we have two more interesting characters, Lord Parthanes and Lady Anver. In the books, Anver is a sister of Moiraine, but we never meet her. Lord Parthanes is the head of the House Damodred, is an older gentleman, he is not Moiraine's nephew, and he is a Darkfriend. When we first heard of Parthanes being in the show, I think most of us thought he would be the same character as in the books, but other than the name, he is completely changed in the show. He is much younger, he is Moiraine's nephew, and he seems very nice and really likes his Aunt Moiraine. So now people start questioning whether he is a Darkfriend in the show. Based on what we have seen so far, it does not make sense to me he is a Darkfriend, plus I confess I would be upset if he was. Some readers have speculated that maybe Anver, his mother and Moiraine's sister, is a Darkfriend instead. Again, I cannot see that. She is a very interesting, likable and sympathetic character, and I do not want her to be a Darkfriend. She has had a difficult life and has put in a lot of effort and made many sacrifices to restore House Damodred. And I'm afraid she will be very upset and disappointed soon, as the wedding is unlikely to go as planned and her son will not be king, or at least not for long. She does not need more problems and suffering by discovering her son is a Darkfriend, she will have enough trouble for helping Moiraine as it is. I just checked to see what was Parthanes' role in the books and why he needed to be a Darkfriend, and as far as I can see, his role was to pass a message to Rand from Padan Fain to meet at Tom and Head. In the show, Rand does not know that Padan Fain is a Darkfriend, or that the Horn of Valir actually exists and was stolen by Padan Fain, unless Moiraine has told him off-screen. More importantly, Padan Fain has not been in Karhin, so we do not need a Darkfriend to pass a message from Padan Fain to Rand. So my prediction and hope is that neither Anver or Parthanes are Darkfriends. Then we come to Sheriam. From the little we have seen of her, she is not the most warm or sensitive of souls, but she is still quite likable. Sheriam was a Darkfriend in the books, but I hope she is not a Darkfriend in the show. I personally thought her revelation as a Darkfriend in the books was an afterthought by the author. Contrary, for example, to Verin, which was planned to be a unique type of Darkfriend from the very early books. Still, it is too early to tell, and the jury is still out on Sheriam. Finally, we have the Whitecloaks, and we saw there was a Whitecloak Darkfriend in the Darkfriend social in the cold open of episode 1. From what we have seen of the Bornhall so far, I do not think that either of them can be a Darkfriend. But many people have concentrated their suspicions on Valda. I think Valda is too obvious of a villain to be a Darkfriend. He is a fanatic, he is sadistic, a psychopath even. But that is just his personality. We need some villains who are not Darkfriends. So by the process of elimination, I think the Whitecloaks Darkfriend is the one we saw in the behind the scenes clip about a year ago. We have not met him in the show yet, so we do not know his name. The only Darkfriend Whitecloak I remember from the books is Carradine, so maybe that is his name, or maybe there are more Darkfriend Whitecloaks that I have forgotten about. Going back to my initial point, I do not want all the nice characters to walk in the light and all the unlikable characters to walk in the shadow. We see that we can have some variety. For example, all our main characters are sympathetic and they are not Darkfriends. But Valda and Elida are also not Darkfriends, and each for different reasons are also villain or antagonists. On the dark side, Ingtar, Varin, and in my view also Dana and Liandrin are sympathetic or at least have redeemable qualities, even though they walk in the shadow, whereas Suroth and Lanfe do not. So these are my thoughts and predictions. If you have different theories, please let me know in the comments. And on this note, thank you very much for watching.